that is what I did to increase my testosterone levels naturally. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to today's video. In today's video, we are getting our blood work done. We got to evaluate and see where we're at when it comes to our internal health. We don't just worry about our physical health here. We here.
Brent? Brent?
And just like that, we are already done with getting our blood drawn. Now we are gonna have to wait 2 to 10 days before we get the results, but we'll review what I did to prepare myself and my body to get this done. What we had to do to get ready for getting our blood drawn, I had to fast for 12 hours, so the last time I ate was about 7:30. I had to get my blood drawn within an hour of waking up. Last time I ate was 7:30 p.m. I was up at 7:30 a.m. and I got my blood drawn right away. All I could have was water or black coffee, if anything. I couldn't train for 2 to 3 days prior to getting this blood drawn. However, because I thought I was gonna do this, a few days ago, I stopped training. I haven't trained in like over a week. I feel like a bum, but it's all done. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. So in about 2 to 10 days, we're gonna figure out how we're looking. Yo, so I caught this from Home Depot. Absolutely gangster. We got the flashlight there. We popped off our cover. Yeah, let's not die turning this thing on, Okay, we now turned on the jump starter, and let's see if we can get this bad boy to turn over. All right, here we go, Hubert. It's your time to shine, brother. Fail. Oh no. Oh, this is annoying. All right, round 2, here we go. All right, an hour later, we're still chilling here. That jumper thing couldn't power a fart through wind, let me tell you. So Pops is on his way with reinforcements, bringing jumper cables. We're gonna get this started the good old-fashioned way. Here we go, you ready?
Yeah, start it.
What?
Start it. Let your car run. Yeah.
The journey continues. Oh, man, guys. It has been way too long. This video was supposed to go so differently. This was gonna wrap up like the day I got my results, but life is wild. I've moved a couple times. The podcast that I talk about it on is out now, so go check out the podcast. And you get a little life update there. We'll give you a little one now. I'm in a completely different setting, no longer in the apartment, no longer at my parents' house. I'm in my new house. I, again, have been delayed, but I documented everything. We'll do a catch-up video that will be dropping after this, but I need to wrap up this video for you guys. So, what we're talking about in this video is my blood work. I'm still a natural competitive bodybuilder, but working with Dom, he's very smart, very ahead of the game. We always are conscious of my blood work, and he's this way with all of his athletes too. But I want to do a little bit of a comparison. So in July of 2022, I got my blood work done because I was feeling just super run down, very lethargic, couldn't sleep enough in the sense of fixing my energy problems, and I just felt like low motivation, and I was like, hey, you know what, maybe these are some symptoms of low testosterone, I want to get it checked out, and he agreed. He works with Synergistic Labs, Matt Jansen, just super well connected. So I was able to purchase my blood work back in July of 2022. My free testosterone, I'm gonna pop it up right here on the screen, was at 1.2, and the range is anywhere from 0.82 to 1.77, as you can see. Honestly, what I was very surprised about is that my test levels were relatively middle of the road. I thought I was gonna be low testosterone based off all of my symptoms that I discussed, but I hit right around that 484 nanogram per deciliter, and my free test came in at 9.4, and I mean, that's barely above the low end of the range, but Nothing too crazy. One thing I looked at as well is my cortisol. It was a little high, right in there at 13.3, but nothing that would truly like deteriorate my gains that I felt like. My estradiol was very high, and my vitamin D was low. So one thing I did to combat that is once we got in the results, Dom and I looked at them. We honestly decided on a diet break. So I had started working with Dom on January of 2022. Yeah, 2022. And, you know, I had made great progress. Then all of a sudden I had a lot of life changes happen. Started traveling to Florida all the time for work. A lot of stress there, running 2 territories, doing the work of essentially 6 people. That stress just like stayed with me. I couldn't shake it, but I was still trying to push the diet, even though training was inconsistent, diet was inconsistent, and I think my body just stopped responding. And so Dom and I made the call to take a break from the diet. So I think we took about a month off. I still was checking in with him, still working with him. You know, it was just an uppage in my food, more carbs, more fats, just trying to let my body rest and recover. Training when I could, I didn't force it. That was one of the things that really helped me reset. And once life got settled in about March of 2023, that's when we started to push the diet again, because I was like, hey, I'm gonna have some consistency in my life. And that's what we did. Giving my body rest was one of the most important things I could do to help boost my testosterone. When you are trying to diet for a show for extended periods of time, after a while, your body will stop responding and shut down because things are just too chaotic, especially when you have a lot of stress in your life. So that's what we did from our 2022 aspect. And then coming off of my show that I did at the end of 2023, so really from about that March to November, you know, taking our time to prep. It wasn't a full-on prep for 8 months. It was just slowly dieting down and then pushing it towards the end when we had that show date set in mind. Recovering from the show, got my blood work done again. So like, as this whole video has been about, in February, I got my blood work done. And so my results now, I will pop them up on the screen for you as well. And I was actually like really happy and excited that I saw increased levels in my testosterone. So my free test went up to 1.37, so not a crazy jump, but you know, we still went up and improved by a bit, so that's always good to see. One thing that I am noticing is my cholesterol still high. But my testosterone went up to 519 nanograms per deciliter. So that's about a 35 nanogram per deciliter jump in roughly a year and 4 months, 5 months. So not bad. I'm very happy with that from a natural perspective, and that's obviously also coming off of a show. So my body recovered well, responded well as we've been into this off season. So I'm happy about that. My cortisol is higher now though, ironically enough, even though I've made some life changes, still a little high, but that's what I forgot. I'll be right back. So one thing I took during my show, which is an over-counted thing, still very natural, is yohimine. I was taking that all throughout the last 2 to 3 months of my prep, pretty much every day, just following the dosage. I used the Revive brand. I don't have the bottle here, but I did use the Revive brand of yohimine, and so that was one thing I did, which also helped my performance. And I think, again, partly because reverse dieting properly, dieting down properly, having the guidance of Dom, I was able to have my test levels maintain well, like nothing tragic or bad happened. So the yohimine was a huge help all throughout the prep and at the end, and I think that's why I'm seeing such a good bounce back as well. Like I mentioned, my cortisol is high, and also my T3 is high, my reverse T3, which has to actually do with your thyroid. There was some concerns there, and so in order to combat that, I have been taking 2 supplements under Dom's supervision. So I've been taking the cortisol support from Revive. Boom, use code DOM, save yourself some money, support coach. And then I've also been taking, there we go, the thyroid support as well. So these 2 things I'm using to help combat my high cortisol levels, to combat the stress in my life, and then to help my thyroid stay up to par, because sometimes your thyroid can get put into shock. I did take thyroid stuff as well as I was dieting down. That is what I did to increase my testosterone levels naturally. Taking a diet break when my body needed it, sorting out the stress in my life for the factors I can control. When everything was ready in place, I was able to then begin another diet, again under Dom's supervision. I took yohimine as a way to help maintain my testosterone as well as my thyroid support in order to maintain my T3, so that way my thyroid wouldn't go into shock from the extreme dieting of my show. And I kept up with that even after the show. I still took thyroid, that's why I'm still taking it now. And now I'm taking cortisol support from Revive in order to combat my high cortisol levels. And hopefully with all this, I'm gonna continue to see more improvements in my blood work. My sleep is better. It's still not great, but it's better than it was. And I've also been just really focused and cognitive of doing all the little things right. And now that I'm settled in a house that I'm gonna be at for a while, I don't have to worry about moving again. I literally moved twice in 3 weeks. So much stress going on. Yeah, I talk about it in the podcast, so go check it out. I have a haircut now, like my beard's gone, all these things, but I documented it all. We'll be caught up soon, and I appreciate your guys' patience. It feels good to be back. And yeah, we're gonna keep chugging along, and I'm excited to show you guys everything. That's it. That's all I got. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to have a great day or night. Don't forget to keep God number one. God bless.